Welcome back to Dateline New Haven on WNHH-FM, your home for community radio at 103.5 FM, live streamed at newhavenindependent.org. It is One City Tuesday. It's usually One City Thursday in here in New Haven Independent. That's when Kim Harris, the founder from New Hallville's management team of the citywide summer of all neighbors getting together and having activities in all 12 sections of town every day for 60 days so that people of all ages can meet each other and do fun stuff and important stuff. Kim updates us every week, and she often brings us a great guest. And our guest today is Christopher Clark. He's a program specialist at the Agency on Aging, making sure that we're taking care of our elderly, even our seniors. And they've been part of One City, and he's been part of One City in the past week. So welcome, folks. Thanks for Christopher coming for the first time, and Kim for coming as always.
Chris, thank you. Paul, man, I'm so happy. Thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you for believing.
Well, last week we did a show about the Mount Zion Seventh-day Adventist Church, had a program with the Senate chaplain who had a history, a book called From the Hood to the Hill.
Funny guy.
Capitol Hill. He's the Senate chaplain, and he came back from the hill back to the hood last weekend. There was an article in New Haven Independent about it. Looks like he had a good turnout and a good event.
It was great. It was great. He is a funny guy. Oh, my goodness. I mean, he's very serious on the pulpit up there. But when you sit down and chat with him just about the things that have been happening, and, oh, he's hilarious. I'm like, you can make a living being a comedian, a Christian comedian. That would be great.
Okay, Kim, all 12 community management teams, you're from New Hallville, are working together this summer to put on events like that. And you and Chris, I guess, were involved in an event this past weekend. What was it?
It was called Senior Day, and we tried to make it happen throughout the city of New Haven. And what we did, the Agency on Aging and Tower 1, Tower East, they each had things happening for seniors within their space. So the Tower 1, Tower East had this big, huge luncheon that they did, and they invited guest speakers to come. Over 100 seniors came out. Over at the Keefe Center, Agency on Aging has their monthly meeting that they have with over 100 seniors. We brought kids in to do art, to sing, to do some skits, and it was phenomenal. I can't believe what happened. The seniors were talking about what they used to do and how they used to make it happen, and the kids were listening. It was wonderful. And Spanish and English, by the way. We had activities happening in Spanish and English.
The Keefe Community Center in Hamden.
Yes.
In Tower East in downtown New Haven. So, Christopher Clark, what were you doing that day? I'm going to ask you to come real close to the mic.
All right. So the program we run is it's called Senior Companion and Foster Grandparent Program. And the seniors are either a part of working with the elderly as a companion, giving them extra time, space, and those things that they need. Then we have the foster grandparent, where they work with children, whether it be in the school system, preschools, nursery schools. And every month we have a meeting or training, over 150 people that are a part of us, still growing. And it was all about supporting a family of kids and children, just all about togetherness.
And so a foster grandparent, is that a legal designation the way a foster parent is? Do you go to court and get designated?
No.
This is more where you agree to make a difference in a kid's life.
Yeah, the foster grandparents, called foster grandparents, it's based on having a grandmother that can be there for that child. And so when you're in the school system, a lot of times they don't necessarily have that support. So when a child can call that individual a grandparent, it brings a connection, makes them closer. And so that's the reason for the name.
And what kind of kids are getting foster grandparents?
The ages of our children's preschool, from early as 2 to 8 years old, from kindergarten, preschool to 3rd grade.
And what are these kids who don't have grandparents in their lives?
No, these grandparents have kids. What
no,
happens
I mean
is
the kids, do they have grandparents?
Yes, they have their normal grandparents. What happens is in the school system or in the preschool system, some kids or many kids need extra attention. So a lot of times they're out of hand, they can be out of control. And so that grandmother comes in to give them the extra attention, those extra activities where they can be in the back of the classroom setting, and they're now just putting that time in with 1 or 2 children or 3 children at a time to help them and assist the teachers or all those individuals that need that extra help.
And Christopher Clark, is that part of your job, linking these people up?
Yes.
Sounds kind of meaningful.
Yeah.
Did you have an important grandparent or someone who was like a grandparent when you were growing up? Tell me about that.
I've always been a mentor, and I've always had mentors. And so the neighborhood that I grew up in was a tough neighborhood, but family oriented.
Where was it?
Church Street South.
Okay, you grew up in Church Street South.
Yes, I grew up in Church Street South, and it was a very tough place, but it was very family oriented as well. As long as you're a part of that.
And what
a
years?
circle.
What years were you there?
I was there from 1974 to 1996.
Okay, back.
That's a
So
long
the
time.
end, it was when it was the jungle,
Yes.
and when
So
they
I
have
was
another
there
drug deal
before
and stuff.
and after.
What do you think now they're tearing it down?
I guess it's been a long time coming. I guess cities changing around altogether, so newness is coming everywhere. So this is expected.
And what do you remember? You say it was family oriented. What do you remember about the role of seniors in that complex in terms of people helping out the seniors, or seniors looking after kids who might not be their own?
So
or
you
are
did,
their own?
yes. You had those elders that were in there. My mother being one, she had a daycare in there, and she would take all the kids and take them to Riverside Park or have cookouts. Had a choir, they did all types of stuff. And this is before the big boom came. But even during that time, it was very family oriented.
Okay, so you've kind of taken that work to heart.
Yeah.
So what were you doing at this event last week?
I was supporting, being there. It's all about participating, being with the kids, making sure the seniors are there as well, assisting and being a part of and enjoying the time. They made hats, they made beads, they did all types of stuff. It was very nice. Artwork, bingo, all types of things. It was very nice. So
Now you do this on a regular basis, not just on one city day, right? So
for
like,
this-
what your program specialist? What do you spend your days doing? You link up people with foster grandparents. You come up with programs for seniors to do, right?
Well, we have different locations. So for the foster grandparents, all through the New Haven, West Haven, Camden, the school systems, working with the public schools, the preschools, and we're putting grandparents in to work with mostly, I'm at Wexler, Bernard, Catherine Brennan, different schools all throughout the New Haven. And so we may have 10.
So people say Bernard. I always thought it was Barnard.
Barnard.
No,
yeah, you're
no.
right.
Maybe because people.
It's just, people say
You're
it
in the
different
school.
ways.
I'm not. And what made you want to go into this line of work? Like, how long you been doing it?
I've been dealing with social services for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
This is just another journey.
Okay. And what the Agency on Aging, is it a government agency, a quasi-government agency, a nonprofit that's funded by the government with a government mission?
Nonprofit, and they have 4 different departments. The different departments are, one is called Home Care. It deals with assisting the elderly with all the home care, Medicare, all those provisions, where somebody comes in and do with the nursing and all those different things. And then you have the volunteer and training that deals with training those with jobs, getting them to jobs, getting them to volunteer and participate in different activities working with kids, whether it be reading, whether it be working with mentoring, different things. So that's volunteer and training, as well as working with companions, the elderly as well. And then you have the resource department that deals with giving all the resources that's needed for the elderly.
Mm-hmm. And can you remember a day recently where you said something happened? You said, "This is why I do it."
Repeat?
Can you remember a day recently on the job when something happened and you said, "This is why I do it"?
Oh, yeah. There's an extent to where I was with, I was at Tower 1, Tower East, and I set up an individual with a companion there. They were very lonely. They didn't have nobody to spend time with. So I put a grandparent, senior companion with that person.
How old was the person?
The person had to be like 62, 63. The reality was that that same person that I put them with, they were having strokes. And luckily, that senior companion was there because they was having strokes at the time. They were able to call for them, so they saved their life. And so that's the importance of when you have someone there. And these individuals do it free. They voluntarily do it free. We give them a stipend, but these individuals have a heart. They want to be there and support and be there for either the children or the seniors.
Mm-hmm. And we're talking to Christopher Clark, who's a program specialist at the Agency on Aging, who teamed up with Kim Harris and the crew at One City Initiative to be involved in this summer's work. What else you got going on this summer, Chris?
Well, For our programs, we also we like to give them and support them, and we're having a big banquet next month, and we're trying to support all the big cookout, giving prizes and do different things from this month in August, and that's what's going on. And then starting September, get everybody back into all the schools, and they all get ready to support and be there for the New Haven School, Hampton, and West Haven School.
Are you concerned about state cutbacks at all?
It doesn't affect us. Our grant is through the government, so our stipends come through.
Which government?
The
state government. So why wouldn't that be affected by a cutback?
We don't work with the state in that way. We work for our program, it's through the government, and that's where our forms of support comes from.
All right. And Kim Harris, so now we're up to week what on One City Initiative? It's from the end of
end of July
through the end of no, it's from the end of June to the end of August. So
right.
we're about the halfway point.
We are exactly.
So and you have over
point.
800 events, right?
Yes.
For family-friendly events and every day in the city. So what's going on today?
So today, today is I'm all over the place here. Actually, we're pushing people out over to Cornell Scott. They're doing a big press release. So
with the governor about the money they're getting for an expansion.
Yes. So we've asked some of the management team leaders to go over there and support. Because Cornell Scott, as you know, they donated gift cards for our grand opening of the One City Initiative. And they're big and they're huge in our neighborhood.
So over the next week, what's going to be the fun stuff on tap?
Okay, so here we go. Stir the Pot.
What's that?
Stir the Pot is the family potluck dinner that's going to be happening on the rooftop of the Community Foundation. That is on the 1st of August. And we can't wait to go and taste some of the delectable delights that will be happening.
What is it about? Like what kind of food?
It's a potluck.
Okay.
A potluck. Families bring different foods to taste. And I was told that there's going to be a kitchen there where you can bring oils and see actual demonstrations of things, cooking demonstrations going on.
What time?
That is going to be at 5:30. It starts at 5:30. We also have our trainings coming up, the 501(c). So anyone that wants to think about possibly having a nonprofit entity, we'll be doing that once again at the Community Foundation. That's on the 2nd. Management Team 101. Leadership for those that want to become an executive board member of any management team. This will help. Here's something I'm very
when and where is that?
Oh, yes. That is at the Community Foundation, Management Team 101. And that's from 6 to 8. I'm sorry, the 501(c) training is going to be at 316 Dixwell Avenue.
And the Management Team 101 at the Community Foundation, what day is that?
That's on the 8th. August 8th, 9th, and 11th.
Okay.
So they could pick one, choose one, and come to any of them. Here's one that I'm very excited about, Paul. On the 14th of August, go vote, vote, vote.
Oh, the primary.
Yes.
So is One City Initiative going to have any events that make it more fun or get more people out to the polls?
Absolutely. We're going to be doing some things. Well, actually, at each event that we're at in Newhallville, we have people. We have the signers, the people who can sign up people for that. And Kids TV will be at the polls in Newhallville doing some interviews and
excellent,
really talking to the people about.
Oh, Kids TV at the polls.
That's right.
What is Kids TV? Kids
TV is definitely the place to be. It's an organization that I started way back when, where kids get a chance to come in and learn both sides of the camera. So they're learning interviewing techniques, and they learn how to run a camera and hold a mic and talk and ask the important questions.
So they're going to be at Lincoln Bassett on Primary Day?
Yes, they are. We plan on being there at about 10 o'clock in the morning.
So, Kim Harris, 800 events. You got to run around, make sure things get running. Do you get to enjoy any of them yourself? Like in the last few days, have you been to anything
else?
Just fun?
I have been going
like you go to the movies in the park, or what do you go to?
Yes, I've been hopping around to whatever I can go to, and I do it through my kids' eyes. The camp, the Kids TV camp that we have. So we're experiencing everything, Paul, everything that we can think of, from the libraries to Park and Rec, the Fun Bus. It's just been phenomenal. Great. We had a great Sunday on Monday yesterday.
And that's when you have people come to Harris Tucker School, where they have the bookmobile from the library. You read a book, and then you eat a sundae.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we were at the Learning Corridor yesterday.
Okay, excellent.
It was beautiful. We had about 30 kids that came out, and I couldn't believe it. It was an adventure. Two blocks down the street, the Fun Bus was there. And 2 blocks going up, it was us. And just a little bit ways down, there was something else. There was an activity happening on almost every corner. It was beautiful to see Newhallville in motion and in action. And here's another very important date, Paul. The 26th. I want to shout this from the rooftop.
Of August.
Of August, yes. This is the monthly calendar for August. This is just a Newhallville calendar where we're saying to people, come and hang out with us in Newhallville. We're marketing Newhallville. We're doing a marketplace and tag sale at the Learning Corridor on Shelton and Hazel and Star where the triangle meets. And you can come out there and you'll be able to buy fruits and vegetables. This is a first for us. We've not been able to bring them to the table, and we've been talking about what we're going to do and make it happen. So they're coming to be a part of us and to share their fruits and vegetables that they have. I'm not sure if it's the farmers market or it's one of them coming. So we're just happy to have that entity come into Newhallville. But we're happy, Paul, that things are happening throughout the city. Lots is going on. It's unbelievable how people are responding to the one city phenom.
And will we keep it going, or will we be one city after you're done in August?
You better believe it. We're going to keep it going.
So whenever you hear the music, Kim, you know that we're about to say goodbye.
Yes.
And thank Christopher Clark from the ACAZ. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you.
I guess they would call that like putting it forward. What's the verb?
Putting it forward.
Putting it forward. And so is Kim Harris. Every week is the head of the New Haven Hallville management team and the force behind the One City Initiative. Any final words, Kim, about what's going? You want people to leave with about One City at the halfway point?
Yes, listen, just keep supporting your management teams.
OneCityInitiative.org.
Yes, please go there, look up different activities, and talk to your management team leaders. Find out what's going on, because it's more than just a summer event, 60 days. It's about a lifestyle, Paul.
All right.
A lifestyle.
And we're going to keep it going. We've had a great first half of One City. The second half is going to be even better. And come this fall, it'll keep going, as will the Agency on Aging, getting seniors together with kids who could use a little extra TLC and with each other.
Yes.
Including saving a life at Tara.
Absolutely.
Way to go, man.
Thank you.
Thanks to Yale New Haven Hospital for providing support for today's program. We're going to take it out with the Afro-Semitic Experience performing I Wish I Knew How It Would Feel to Be Free from the group CD, A Plea for Peace. Now we know what it's like to be free. We just got to remember to book our flight.
Yes.
Fly free with us all day and all night long here at WNHH, New Haven's home for community radio.